It has been 193 days since Chris last begged for money, 626 days since Chris last uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations to the Sonichu comic, and 4,287 days since Chris last applied for a job. Barb is not dead. Her last activity was 42 days ago. My name is GiBi, and welcome to the Chris Chan Weekly Update. We ended off last week with Chris linking to a petition to save My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which was cancelled after 9 seasons, and he tells his followers to support @SaveMLP. Well, @SaveMLP don't really like Chris Chan very much. We'd like to make it known that we do not associate with or condone the behavior of the infamous Chris Chan. He is a toxic person who does not represent the people of the My Little Pony fandom or this campaign in any way. And then they show that they blocked him. So that was a great way to start. Now we're going to be talking about Pikachu, because of course we are. She posts 4 pictures. We have, "What do you like about my main OC?" And Chris decides to respond to this, and he says, "What I like about Pikachu is that she is a tough gal who had her share of hard times, but she's also cute and friendly during the good times. Plus, she has a vast array of emotions, and she works hard and tough. We saw this in her, and that is why Pikachu is special with us." So it looks like Chris also doesn't know that Pikachu is a boy, which is something that I had a lot of trouble with when I was reading through the comics. But seeing as he actually talks to Helena pretty frequently, he should know that. So Chris just retweets this piece of artwork. This guy says, "Got some commissions from a good friend of mine who wishes to remain anonymous. They drew Digit and another OC, Vendix Rosechew. He's nobody of Devin Sonichu." So this is a reference to Kingdom Hearts. This is a nobody. What you do is you take someone's name and you make an anagram of it, but you include the letter X in it. So they rearranged the letters of Devin, which is not how I spell my name, and they got Vendix. So Chris reacted to that, and we will see more about that person later. If you didn't see my last couple videos, there has actually been a book written about Chris Chan comparing him to Andy Warhol. It's contrasting their lives and all the strange similarities between them. Chris has been reading it and he really enjoys it. So he says, "I'm still working on the highlights of my copy of Warhol Chris Chan. I had a thought as I reread from chapter 2, in reference to Julia Warhola. Quote, she expressed hope that I would marry Viva. In one way, yes, the superstar. But in an alternative perspective, considering it was late in her life, and Andy had been shot by Solanas beforehand, Julia could have well meant hope for Andy to enjoy life." No, what? Oh. This is really dumb. Okay, he's about to explain it himself. I just had to read this whole thing twice before I really understood what was happening. So this is Warhol's mother, and late in her life, she told him that she really wanted him to get married, because Andy Warhol was in the closet gay, and she wanted him to marry this person, Viva. And Chris is saying, it's not difficult to consider that marry Viva, with Viva meaning life, enjoy life like you were married with it, or like you were married to yourself, healing your inner wounds and all. So Chris is putting forth the theory that perhaps his mother decided to randomly start speaking Spanish, and that Viva did not refer to a person he knows named Viva, but instead the concept of life, but in Spanish. Alright, so Chris has been posting daily tarot cards. This one is projections, and he's giving psychic readings about everybody on Earth. It's one card for everybody on Earth, so that's great. And he says, today's card for the collective, and for me today, so he also does one for himself, and they're usually different, but I guess today they're both projections. The fact this card of guidance is for us, you all and I, today is even more special. We are recognizing what is true and separating the illusions from it. Specifically, this does also apply to the Iron Curtain veil around all of us, which has been dividing us from the C-197 half of our greater universe, with our original and fictional characters, deities, and other individuals who have been and are alive and coexistent with us for all of time to this day. You all face this illusionary veil as well. We all are to collectively will the illusion away and bring all of us back together. There are likely other illusions that block you all, individually, and respectively as well. Identify those illusions and dispel them for yourselves. So Chris has long said that if we all just believed in him, it would grant him the power to get rid of the Iron Curtain, and he could make the dimensional merge real. So I guess he's saying that the Iron Curtain is more of just a projection, an illusion, something we need to see past, as opposed to something physical. Okay, This is one of my favorite things to happen in a very long time. Okay, so this is Edmund McMillan. He is very famous in the indie video game scene. As you can see from his Twitter bio, he says, I made The Binding of Isaac, Super Meat Boy, I don't know those other things, but those are two extremely famous video games. And The Binding of Isaac has a card game that's been out for a couple of years. It's more like a drafting board game, card game, like Ascension. So there's a Kickstarter happening right now where you can help fund an expansion pack. And one of the Kickstarter goals includes alternative art done by outside artists. So I'm going to let Edmund speak for himself. It's Tainted Isaac, aka The Broken, by the legendary creator of Sonichu, Christine Weston Chandler. It was a huge honor to feature her work as an alt card. Please send her your love. Be kind. And this is Chris's artwork. He could not help himself but put an S-chew ball there. And yes, you can actually support this Kickstarter and buy this. And he signed it as well. If you buy the card game, the board game, you will get this card. Chris says, when Edmund asked me to draw Isaac, I had the basic rundown from Watch Mojo videos about the game. Still haven't played it yet. I felt want to offer Isaac a sense of finding a way to heal and love himself. He had cried for far too long. So I drew Isaac, years of tears dried up under his eyes. He found a toy S-chew ball and found delight in the simplicity of rolling it around and playing with it. I wanted to chronicle a portrayal of Isaac during a time he was, is, or will be, feeling at peace and happiness with and for himself. So it's like $70 to get the game, and I'm seriously considering it. Like, you can't not, right? Okay, so there's a chapter or a section in the Andy Warhol Christian book about his deep affinity for Spanish, and so Chris is going to lay down the law on that. He says, just a brief mention, while working on highlights of the Warhol Christian book, why I had a deep affinity for the Spanish language. There are two reasons, other than Mexico Flag Day. That's a reference to Mexico's Flag Day being the same as Chris's birthday, which means that him and Spanish are magically linked together. One is that often on American, English, Sesame Street, they had animated shorts en Espanol. The other is Senor, this guy, on, the husband from I Love Lucy. El hable español durante la programa. So he spoke Spanish during the program. I may be wrong. I don't think that's the correct form of hablar. But I also don't know because I took French. So on June 18th, today's collective card is postponement. I believe there are some to a lot amongst you all who have remaining thoughts and ideas that are preventing your respective desired outcomes from happening sooner. Yesterday, all of you have had the chance to sort out the illusions. Today, you all get to determine the blocking thoughts and ideas within each of you that prevent the next adventurous event. Observe and learn well, everyone. So in response to this guy says, the card I pulled for you, Chris, is the Tower. A sudden change is in your future. And Chris says, yeah, I pulled that earlier this week. Through App Channy. I guess it's an iPhone app for tarot cards. So yes, I know, thank you though. But Chris completely misses. This is Sonichu fan art of the 4-cent garbage building exploding, and these are the two trolls that decide to jump to their death instead of being killed by Chris. And he just didn't catch that, I guess. Okay, so Oni Plays is a popular YouTuber, and on one of their Let's Plays, they were making a joke about Chris Chan working at a sushi restaurant, and they were just doing Chris impersonations and stuff like that. So Chris watched it, I'll link it below, and this is his response to it. I have not listened to this yet, so this will be fun.
Oh man, he made me laugh. They made me laugh. Why would I call it pepper spray if it's not pepper? There you go. You got one out of me. I like that joke. Why would I call it pepper spray if it's not pepper?
Unironically, one of the best things about Chris as a person is that he'll watch that video that relentlessly mocks the worst things he's ever done, and then he'll say, yeah, that one joke was pretty good. Like, he as much as people, like, attack Chris's character for overreacting to trolls, he literally still likes this guy who is just talking about how, like, he's dumb and he's fat and he pepper sprayed people and he doesn't know what he's doing. That's a good thing. Okay, so I'm not going to read this entire tweet down here, but this guy's just wishing everybody happy Juneteenth, which is when we freed the final slaves in Texas. And Chris says, Very much so, is in times with meditation, manifestation, and leaving out the toxic types and times in order to find your piece of divinity. For me, I have greater, and I share the vibes with all remaining good and neutral. So yeah, Chris just happened to make a Black Freedom Day about himself and his magical powers. I don't always highlight every time Chris just responds to random artwork, but this is so good that I literally have to feature it. Like, hopscotch. Yeah, that's really good. I love the Fanta. See, like, and Chris, he just says, yeah, it's good. It's compassionate and love, and he doesn't even point out the fact that they're obviously making fun of him. Oh, yes, he does. It's the next post. I will also comment that even though, meme-tastically, I've made orange Fanta soda infamous, the other lovely flavors of Fanta should be appreciated as well. I have found such with Tokyo Treat's help, as they share from time to time the expanded international taste and flavors. And then you see 3 Japanese Fantas down here. Okay, so Chris found a YouTube video about really bad tattoos, and he's commenting about how this really bad tattoo that's supposed to be half woman, half tiger, looks like him because they have his different eye colors. I just found this on a YouTube video, a furry tattoo. One look at it for myself, and I was like, really bad Chris Chan fan art. I will state and reaffirm that I am a furry, but whoever got this art on them had a little insight, but at the same time, woly F, dude. I think it's supposed to be holy. Is he not saying holy? He doesn't want to say the word holy in vain, but he'll say the F word? And even worse, I do observe the double chin, and the chin looks like a nose. Wait, is this actually supposed to be Chris? No, it's not. It's definitely not supposed to be like Chris, because this is like a lion. That's funny. Also, I did not know that Chris was self-identifying as a furry. Oh my god, this guy. You don't know what Juneteenth is, do you? A day celebrating the end of slavery, but still ties well, because on that freedom still is the release of the ties with the toxic individuals who have held them back, as the present toxicities that held us back. Slavery enshrined in law, illusionary psychic barrier between dimensions, those are the same thing. Okay, we have a video of Chris's cat. I'm sure this will be enlightening. The audio was really low, but he was calling her a bobbleheady kitty. So that's great. Okay, so on June 20th, Chris announced that he will no longer be doing the drawing card things because this other person is doing them now, so he doesn't have to. And now he's going to wish everyone a happy Father's Day. He says, second, I will also extend a loving Happy Father's Day 2021 to all the dads in the total universe. All of you work very hard for yourselves, your kids, and your partners. Love to all the gay dads, too. Lastly, thinking about the more experienced older individuals, even as old as the 80s, and so, they all each deserve genuine love and affection. A lot of y'all have lost a loved one on more than one occasion. Although talking specifically, y'all's partner, I feel that. It's not easy to cope with such a loss, but what remains sweet is y'all counting the blessings and positives more so than brooding over the negatives. Self-healing and self-love is a big strength amongst you all. Take care to find your healing from loss. But, back on topic, regardless of circumstance, all older individuals need love too, so talk and hang out with someone in the neighborhood. Give them a hug. Go as far as you both feel safe in doing. Me, I also like saluting, thanking, and listening to veterans. Even your own moms and dads need about as much love as well. I continue to do my best for Barbara, here as well, and Magi-chan is a lot older than I, but I love and appreciate him ever so much. Another fun thing, I asked Barb about a cute nickname that I realized. She likes it, so she'll accept being referred to as Barb-chan. Barb-chan Rosechew. Go ahead and process that as you will. Lots of love, be safe and well, thank you. Okay, so Chris retconned part of his lore to say that his father, Robert, is genetically half Sonichu. And Chris, of course, has his Sonichu form because of an ancient prophecy that exists in the other dimension. That's nothing to do with this dimension. So he used the fact that his father is half Sonichu as a reason for why, after his father's death, he reincarnated in the other universe as a full Sonichu. So now it looks like he's already beginning the first stages of being able to cope with his mother's shortly coming death by saying that she is also a Rosechew. As far as I know, she's never been depicted as a rose chew before. So that's fantastic. Oh, great. It's another video. We got so many of those this week. This is in response to the Binding of Isaac Kickstarter. Let's watch this.
Get on the fun of things with the Binding of Isaac! But also, more importantly, the freedom of Isaac! I'd like to see him smile more often.
Okay, that was a great ad. Although, unironically, at least one more person's going to buy this because Chris is involved, and that one person is me, and maybe some of you. This person, Mega Chad, responded to Chris's video and said, the Sancho medallion is in bad shape. End times are coming. So a lot of people have actually been messaging me on Discord and Twitter saying, why is the Sancho medallion so messed up? And as Chris is about to correctly point out, it's not. That's its back. He says, no, it's not. That's the back of my medallion, complete with my mega stone. He used glue to put a bunch of stones and stuff on there, so that's just what dirty glue looks like. It's nothing actually that bad. Please put a shirt on. Not right now. He's wearing a shirt. Jesus Christ, that effing medallion. Are you sure that's what you're looking at? 56 replies. This is it. This is your greatest tweet. I just looked ahead at what Chris responded to this. It's about to get really bad. So, just boys being boys. Okay, two boys are kissing. I get it. There's a big Pikachu in the background. Whatever. It's June. It's Pride Month, okay? So then we get Chris's response. Wow. I am looking at this photo, and the faces on the two of them, they look like Megan Schroeder and I. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing others being happy with themselves and each other, but this is like looking into a distant alternate timeline. I literally have nothing to say to that. I literally cannot respond to that. Nope. Yep, sorrow, that's what I feel right now. Today's collective card is sorrow. I agree. A lot of you all have been and still are looking deep and dipping down within yourselves. This card reveals a major self-transformation for each of you today. Molly's the other person who draws tarot cards. I really don't care what she says. He's technically right, though. This is from today. And I'm very sorrowful that I had to read this. Okay, and finally, Chris released a video wishing happy birthday greetings to somebody named Devin. And again, no, that is not me. They spell their name differently. This is the same person who was drawn as a Kingdom Hearts Sonichu before, so I've not seen this yet. I'm going to react live. Let's go into this.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Live from home once again. I and all the other deities know how long. Quite a long time. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. I've been really heavy in meditation. I mean, if you can feel my energy your way as you're watching this replay, then...
He knows it's a replay. Why does he say he's coming live from home?
I got a birthday greeting to do today, so happy. I don't know what day it was, if it's coming up or if it's past or if it's today. I'm not sure. But I mean, I got reminded. So, happy birthday, Devin from Lindsay, and well, happy early, happy belated, happy birthday. You have one. You're gonna have one. Oh well, time is a illusion when you consider it in some aspects and whatnot. But anyway, so just a little bonus, a little fun, just for you, Devin. And
I never want to hear that sentence again.
Here's a little song and dance. Random thing. Put the biscuit. Put the biscuit. Put the biscuit. Jumping up and down and you eating in the random way. Put the biscuit. Fun. Hippie boom ba, yay!
Sometimes when I'm watching a horror movie, I'll never close my eyes. I'll never cover my face or anything like that. But sometimes I will kind of look off the screen, just kind of like 30 degrees that way, so that when the jump scare that I know is going to comes, it's not as scary. And that's what I just had to do with that dance. One last thing before we're done. Twitter user Ben Artist has also discovered that Jacob Sockness's life is still happening. He has an Instagram account. He was banned from Twitter a while ago, but now he's on Instagram. And his Instagram account is following Chris, and he's commenting on Chris's posts again. So that's very fun. I don't follow Chris's Instagram, but if you're one of the people who does, you can look out for Jacob. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin. And stay tuned for next week.